Good evening. Call the meeting to order. November 18th, City of Greenfield meeting. Roll call, please.
Mayor White.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rodriguez.
Here.
Councilmember Ortiz.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Councilmember Garcia.
Here.
Invocation by Pastor Gene Plaskett.
Father, hallowed be thy name. May thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And dear Lord, I'm thankful to stand before this council here of the city of Greenfield, and I just pray that your word of truth, that you'll give them understanding and wisdom to lead the affairs of our community here. I pray, Lord, that you'll be with our police force here. Just take good care of them and in their conduct. And Lord, I pray for the young generation that's growing up. Pray that they'll be brought up in thy nurture and admonition. We thank you, Lord, for the very breath we breathe, and we thank you for the gift of life through faith in your Son, Christ Jesus, who died on the cross for our sins. May you forgive us, O Lord, where we've come short of your wonderful glory. And I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Please stand for the pledge.
Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Move to agenda review.
No changes, Mr. Mayor.
All right. And now we'll move to public comments from the audience regarding items not on the agenda. This portion of the agenda allows an individual the opportunity to address the council on any items not on closed session, consent calendar, public hearings, and city council business. Under state regulations, no action can be taken on non-agenda items, including issues raised under this agenda item. Members of the public should be aware of this when addressing council regarding items not specifically referenced on this agenda. Do we have any public comments tonight?
We do. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ernest Gallardo, and I reside at 212 San Antonio Drive. And I'm here at the behest of a couple of my neighbors. And I'm here as a private citizen, not as a planning commissioner, okay? So, parking situation in my general area, well, let me digress here a little bit. I think we all agree that parking in Greenfield is at a premium nowadays. It's hard to find parking just about anywhere. Anyways, in my particular area, I'm just a couple of houses down from Oak Avenue School on San Antonio. And there's been an influx of parents that are picking up their children from Oak Avenue, and they're actually blocking people's driveways. Yeah, I mean, how brazen is that, or the temerity of them to do something like that? But anyway, so a couple of my neighbors came down and they talked to me and they said, well, you're on the planning commission, you should be able to do something. And I said, no, I can't do anything. I suggested that when that happened to them, they should call the police department, and they both said the same thing. If we call them, by the time they get here, they'll be gone. So yeah. But anyway, so one of the photos I showed you is the vehicle that's parked in front of a fire hydrant. I actually was getting home from my training ride when I saw the guy parked there, and I went over to him in a very courteous manner and spoke to him, and he told me in no uncertain terms to mind my own business. So it's like, okay, so you go ahead and park there. Another one that I handed to you is again, parents parking in the school bus drop off. It's actually where the bus drops off the kids, it's actually cut out in the street and it's painted yellow, and parents still park there. It's recent, well, not recently, sometime back, there was a school field trip, and the bus in the afternoon had to drop the kids off in the street because where they drop the kids off, and that parking for buses was plugged up. So there was, I'm sure that most of you are aware of a bill, I think it's 413, where you're prohibited from parking from closer than 20 feet from an intersection. I think most of those people who are driving in that area took their driver's test with a shopping cart because they're in direct violation just about all the time. There was a vehicle there some time back that was parked, couldn't have been more than 10 feet from the intersection. I saw what I thought was a CEO, code enforcement officer. It was Ray Nahar, and I'm not sure, I know I'm running out of time, I'm sorry, Ann. I'll be just a little bit, I'm just about done.
Yeah, wrap it up, Ernie, please.
I thought Nahar was a code enforcement officer. He was there taking photos, blah, 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 blah. 6 hours later, that car is still there. So I think we need to come with some sort of resolution, stop warning and start citing. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Bob Urquidez. I'm part of the Planning Commission. I got a couple issues. One is I want to congratulate the City Council and especially Councilwoman Ortiz for the parade we had last week. It turned out real good, and the flags are looking good. I just wanted to commend the City Council for that, and I hope we have it again next year. And the other concern I have is right here on this intersection right here, we need a light, a standing light. The other day when I did the elections on November 4th, I had a commission meeting at 6 o'clock that night. So I was walking across the street. Here comes a van, sees me. He almost hit me, and he didn't even stop. He just did a California stop and took off. And I think and it happened to me twice. The other Sunday night, I was walking home from working at the lodge over here, and the same thing. A couple cars, and I waved them through because I wanted to make sure no cars were coming. So I started walking across. Here comes a car this way. Same thing. He sees me, doesn't stop. He keeps going. We need lights there.
That's El Camino and Cherry right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We need lights, and with Commissioner Gallardo, I'd like to say the same thing over here. We keep getting promises that we're going to get 20-foot barriers painted, and we still haven't got them. And there's so many cars inflected around there, so we need to do something about that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Brenda Garcia Figueroa, and I am speaking on behalf of the gazebo market vendors, your neighbors, your local small business owners, and families who help bring families together every Saturday. We were here 3 weeks ago, but we felt the need to return tonight because our hearts are still heavy with unanswered concerns. First, not all council members were present at the last meeting, and they wanted to make sure all council members knew what was happening with the Saturday market. Second, it's been 3 weeks, and unfortunately, there hasn't been a meeting set up between the council and the vendors. They have a lot of things they want to say, they want to tell you, but want to share the information in a more private setting. They want to inform you of how businesses are being conducted here in town when it comes to events and how vendors are not being treated equally. 2 vendors in particular are hurting right now. After voicing their concerns in the last meeting, They were suddenly told they can no longer participate in the Food Truck Friday. Imagine how that feels, to speak up respectfully and then be pushed out. They also want to tell you how other vendors have told them. Now they have a spot at the next year's market, a market that hasn't even been decided on, or has it? They don't know. Again, they want to talk to you, and that's why we are here again. Please listen to their valid concerns. Next Saturday is the last Saturday market of the season, and the vendors are terrified that during the off-season, there will be another market setting up at the gazebo. They have many, many questions, and that's why they are here tonight. Please consider hosting a meeting with us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Rosa Manriquez. I am a resident here in Greenfield. Something that has caught my attention is the lacking of the stop sign at the Oak Avenue, the freeway entrance where it's the mini mart and the fire department building. I work for behavioral health, and I always pick up clients, and getting back on the freeway is always slightly dangerous because people just will not stop, or they're driving past the speed limit. So I just believe a stop sign would, be safe for everyone. Also, I looked over the recreation park plan, and I think it's wonderful. It's a great idea. I love it. But I do think we would appreciate like a dog area, like a little dog park or grass area for dogs. Usually we'll take my dogs to Patriot Park, but it'd be nice if we had an enclosed space for dogs too. I know that might seem, kind of weird, but some of us have dogs, so it would be nice to take them out and let them run around. So
Very good.
yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Hi, good night. I'm here to translate for Guzmán Flores. Good evening. Today, I introduce myself. My name is Guzmán Flores. I represent Michel Produce. I come to ask for your support so that no changes are made and allow us to continue participating in the community Mercadito Gazebo, since my family and the families of all my friends depend on it, and on the other hand, I would like to continue supporting the community of Greenfield, since I make all my effort to offer fresh and healthy products at affordable prices for everyone. If you saw how much satisfaction it gives me to see that the families who support us with their purchases, it is a benefit for everyone. I hope your support from all the members of the council to be able to continue. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Yo estoy aquí para pedirles su apoyo para que no haya ningún cambio o no sea ningún cambio que nos permita continuar participando en el mercadito de la comunidad del Gazebo. Desde que mi familia y las familias, todos y todos mis colegas dependen de esto. Y los otros, yo he tenido que continuar con el apoyo de la comunidad de Greenfield. Desde que yo he hecho todo el esfuerzo para ofrecer productos frescos y saludables y a bajo costo para todos. Y si ustedes han visto cuánta satisfacción me da para que ustedes vean que las familias que nos apoyan con sus compras desde que y esto es un beneficio para todos y yo espero que su apoyo desde todos los miembros del concilio para seguir, para continuar haciendo esto accesible. Gracias, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Cecilia Moreno, and I'm actually a resident here in Greenfield, as well as the principal of Oak Avenue. And so I do have a concern. Right in front of our school side, there's a crosswalk that is right behind one of the stop signs. And I was requesting to see if there's anything that could be done on that one there, because even though we have a crosswalk person crossing our students, there's cars, parents that just pass by like it's a freeway area. And so we've had officers that have attended to our school site to try and support with that and parking as well, because that is an issue. But we were looking into seeing, I know there's the rapid flashing light things. Sometimes they have a yellow shape like we see, on some of our roads here where students people are crossing or something, just to bring in an extra safety, area so that parents are able to see them when crossing, because unfortunately the way that the stop sign is located, the vehicles park in front, and then there's people crossing right behind. So the incoming traffic is not able to see who's crossing and who's not. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi. I'll be reading this letter on behalf of,
Mi nombre es Francisco Uribe de Cacahuate del Charro.
they are not fluent in English, so I'll be reading their letter for them. We were some of the first sellers at the Greenfield Farmers Market before it was a gazebo. We started in front of the library, and now we are at the gazebo market. Rumors that the farmers market gazebo market will no longer continue after this season. This will impact the community not only for us who sell, but for all members of the community. We see families come out and support local vendors and spend their time with each other. Let's focus on helping local vendors and organizers. If the community supports local vendors spend their money locally, so it benefits us. Let's keep our local gazebo market alive. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments.
Yes.
Good evening, council members. My name is Marco Romero. I'm the son of Jose Romero, one of the Saturday gazebo market sellers, and I come before you today to share my perspective on the proposed changes to the gazebo market and the impact they would have on vendors, families, and our community. The gazebo market is more than just a place to buy and sell. It's a gathering place for this community. When you walk through, you see children riding scooters, families picnicking on the grass, and friends and family catching up, making precious memories together. In a world where families spend more time indoors, the gazebo market offers a rare opportunity to connect, support local businesses, buy affordable goods, enjoy nature, and create lasting memories. We sellers bring variety so that every member of a family finds something to enjoy. In a time when the cost of goods keep rising, flea markets or markets like these provide a lifeline, offering quality items at affordable prices. For our Latino community, pulgas are deeply tied to our culture and tradition. They're a place to gather, shop, enjoy food, and connect with family and friends. These markets are more than just commerce. They're a cornerstone of this community. But there's a real threat. The proposed new managers, rumors are going around, charges almost triple the cost of an average spot that one would buy to sell at the market. And as rumors go, there are plans to exclude non-agriculture vendors. In these challenging times, every dollar counts, and changes like making smaller plots or making plots cost more really do affect us, as every dollar counts, and it could make things challenging for many vendors and shoppers alike. For my family, this market has been a lifeline. After my father was laid off during the COVID-19 pandemic, it helped us stay afloat and fund my mother's university education. Today, she serves this town as an elementary school teacher with her master's degree, a blessing made possible by the support of this community through the gazebo market. Many other sellers feel the same gratitude. This market has allowed countless families to pursue opportunities and achieve goals that might not have been possible otherwise. If these changes go through, we would either have to raise prices or accept a major loss of income. Families who rely on affordable goods would lose access, and the market's vibrancy and spirit would suffer. The ripple effect would be felt by vendors, shoppers, and the community as a whole. So, why risk making life harder for families, breaking community bonds, and taking away a source of joy for profit? The goal of our city leadership should be to build up the community, not endanger one of its most cherished social events.
Marco.
I
think
urge
you
you
should
to
wrap
consider
it
the
up a
real
little bit.
impacts of these proposed changes. Let's continue to make the gazebo market a place where everyone, sellers and shoppers alike, can enjoy, connect, and thrive. Thank you for your time and your attention to this serious matter.
Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening. My name's Juan Wu, and I've been a vendor at the gazebo market since we were at the library, and have continued to support basically the city and the community. Basically, not to beat a dead horse, just I sell jewelry and religious stuff and kind of botanica stuff, candles. And one of the things that I wanted to just kind of pinpoint out is that we started with a farmer's market concept. We've seen it dissipate. And I think it's because we live in an agricultural area where the niche and the demographic of the people that actually visit us are not necessarily going, with all respect to the produce vendors that we've got. We're not in the Carmel area or the Monterey areas where we see a big influx of people coming in to buy produce. And so what I don't want to see is I don't want to see the market being marketed as a farmer's market and then eventually having that concept dissipate. Having the market, we are not a flea market. We're a market that sells a variety of a bunch of things. And that concept has been working for years. And I think it's been great to the community because they come and seek the diversity of items we sell. And I don't want to see that broken out. I think it's a concept that's worked for years. Like I said, we sold in Soledad, King City, where it started as a farmer's market. We eventually dissipated. We started bringing in different vendors to try to kind of accommodate for that. And so if we're not opposed to bringing a farmer's market, but I think if that's the case that you guys want to bring it, maybe perhaps you guys will consider consolidating it with the current market that you guys have on Sundays. So calling it a flea/farmer's market. That's kind of like the same concept we use where we sell in Watsonville. And it is marketed that way so that you don't create an expectation where people are looking strictly for farmers things. Those are basically my big points. I think it's been a positive working environment with what the city has done and the niche of people that we've got coming to our booths. And we wanted to just continue that concept for both the city and the vendors, because I think it's a win-win situation for both the community and ourselves. Thank you for your time and your consideration on that.
Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. Anyone else in chambers? I do see one hand raised online.
Yes, please.
Go ahead, B.
Hi, good evening, everybody. First I'd like to go ahead that I am to say that I am happy to that we are getting some rain and we need it. Please stay dry and safe. Don't rush. If you must drive anywhere, roads are slippery. Be careful. Our Greenfield LULAC 3298 is having a scholarship fundraiser selling donuts from Valley Donuts in Gonzales. I am happy to say that our goal was to sell 200 and we met that goal. I would like to thank Mayor and all council members for their support. I would also like to thank the community for the support. With everyone purchases a ticket or two, we wouldn't have met our goal if it wasn't for your support. Again, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart. All proceeds go to our Greenfield High School scholarship. On another note, I had numerous texts, calls, conversations among the community members. They have expressed their concerns that the city wants to cancel the weekend market at the gazebo. And as I'm hearing some of the, comments that we have right here, I want you to really please, listen to their, to their concerns. It is sad to hear from that. For some of them, a supplemental income to make ends meet, and others is the only income they have. I ask the council to please take to heart and please don't cancel the only income that they have. I've heard nothing but great things happening at this market. As for Harvest Festival, community members had contacted me regarding the Harvest Festival. Their main complaint is that booths are too expensive. I heard one booth was $175 and others $175 plus. I agree with them, it's highly high. Their hard work doesn't leave them much in their pockets. I didn't attend this year, but heard there was a good number attending. I, along with other community members, feel that we should bring the Broccoli Festival, but not in town. I loved it when it used to be at the Oak Park. I believe somewhere Mr. Broccoli is hiding among the and other broccoli accessories. And he wants to come out, so I hope that we can work on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Seeing no one else online, do we have anybody in chambers? Then I will bring it back to council for comments from city council.
I don't have anything.
I want to thank all our vendors that provided food for my family. A couple weekends ago, I had my tia from Mexicali come down, and she actually loved finding some aprons that she couldn't even find in Mexicali anymore, which just goes to show the variety of our culture that is blended within our own city. And she also used to live here. And so she worked out in the field and did all that. And she was just in her little chair, wheeling around, enjoying. I think she sat at Frijolito and had a mocha, and then she's some pomegranate. And I mean, she wanted to eat everything, but she's diabetic. So we bought a lot of stuff for her. But what my point was that it was nice to have my family come. And we are so limited in the types of restaurants here in Greenfield. We can go for hamburgers anywhere, but I appreciate the vendors that offered a variety of food for my family and as well as the merchandise. So thank you. The Veterans Day, I appreciate that too, because my papa was a World War II veteran, and we'll someday be able to get a banner up there as well, hopefully for memorial. And I would like to just pay tribute to our veterans once again. And I would like to see if there's a way that we could do something that's year-round, celebrating our veterans year-round, whether it's a wall or something, so we can respect everyone that serves our country. I enjoy the parade. I love that little band. I don't know where the band was from. Do you? They were. It was so good. And then the Soledad cadets look really sharp out there. I can see that growing. And there were two little kids who drove by in their scooters while I was out there. And they're like, well, what's going on? And I said, we're having a parade. Why? I said, so you can have a day off. I said, because it's veterans. Ask your teachers about it. And they're like, well, she didn't tell me. I said, well, talk to your teacher. Maybe there's something that we need to do there for next year to include the schools. I know we did that once for the Halloween parade. We had the schools come in and they were part of the Halloween parade. So that might be a way to get the schools involved. You know, there might be somebody out there want to bring in the students. And then I'm looking forward to the Thanksgiving feast that's coming up and all the donations that are being brought in. And I'm expecting hundreds of people to be fed that day. And I attended one of the meetings and I was surprised how much it takes to get this to happen. It's a year-long planning and people and a lot of people to get it done. So I'm sure there's still room if anybody wants to help, volunteers, and we'll always take money, always. I think that's it for now.
All right, thank you. Councilwoman Ortiz.
Good evening. First, I wanted to say something about the parking. I'm going through the same thing right now. If I turn on 12th to go to my house down on Hicks, if I turn the corner to go onto my street, I've almost been hit multiple times already because the cars are parking too close to the end. And it's really a problem, you know, and I was talking to some of the neighbors and they said that it is a problem for all of them. I know that at first they said that they weren't going to paint every single street, and but it looks kind of like maybe we have to, because it is a big problem, especially when you're driving down. Also on the gazebo, I want all of you to know that, you know, we give you a spot to do the gazebo and have the market, but it's all of you vendors that are making it successful. You know, we get a big crowd out there because of all of you and the work that you put in, the prices and the stuff that you're bringing here to sell to the community. And more so, you know, it's entrepreneur. You guys are making a business for yourself, and I'm self-employed, so I'm really a big advocate for anybody that can go out there and conduct business, you know, and come up with these ideas and make money. So I think it's something, you know, that on my part, I'm only one person up here, but on my part, I think it's really something that needs to get revisited and to kind of figure this out. There has to be a happy medium, you know, and, we need to sit down and have a conversation about this. I know that it's almost your last one, so we do have some time, you know, to make some decisions here. I don't think, I hear what you're saying, that, you know, people are telling you that you're not going to be there next year, but I don't think anybody other than city right now, you know, I don't think anybody else has any say in what happens. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. So I wouldn't go by hearsay or, you know, what people are saying. You know, I think you're coming to the right place by coming here to the city and discussing it in front of us. So it gives us more reason to sit down and have the conversation. So thank you guys for coming here. The last meeting you guys came, you were very respectful. And sometimes things can get a little heated, you know, when people disagree. But it's really nice to have you come in and be really respectful, you know, to the council, to the chambers. And it's nice to see you organize the way that you guys do. So, you know, I hope that we can have a discussion about this going forward. I wanted to talk about the banners. I think most of you have seen the banners. I was able to get 18 veterans up there. They're double-sided, so that means there's 9 banners. I have overwhelmed right now with the amount of requests for people who want banners. But right now I'm trying to get the Thanksgiving thing done. So if any veterans or any family members are hearing right now, you know, it'll probably be too late for the banner to be up in November. But I will sit down with the city and discuss on, you know, looking at a schedule. Maybe we can put them up again after the holidays, because we do have holiday banners that are going up. But I have everything. I have all the pictures. I have everything. So I don't want anybody to feel like I'm ignoring them. But right now, you know, we're getting ready for the Day of Thanks. We have, as of today, I was just at a meeting, and we have 75 turkeys. We have 40 hams, 500 pounds of potatoes. We have enough food to feed approximately 800 to 900 people. And that's just as of now, and more donations are coming in. We have city businesses that are in the city that have stepped up to help, to donate. I mean, the amount of things that has been donated, the generosity of so many people and so many businesses, it's heartwarming. We have probably I'd probably say right now about 75 volunteers, you know, doing different things. We start tomorrow. Tomorrow we start to work to feed all these people by Sunday. So if any of you are in town on Sunday, you know, please feel free to go over there and have a nice warm meal. We have some excellent people that are cooking for us. So food is going to be delicious. So, you know, we have decorations, we have music and speakers and everything. So it's constantly going all day. Right now, I think we have a little bit over 200 deliveries to do. That's a lot. We deliver to all our seniors. We deliver to Mercado Camp, to Los Ositos, to King City, to a not a food bank, but it's somewhere where they stop to get food at. We have 60 meals going to Soledad, to the people that are homeless over there. So it's a big, it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, I'm a little sick right now because we're getting a little stressed out, but it's all going to work out. It always works out every year. But to everybody who's listening, anybody who just donated, thank you very, very much. And that's it.
Very good. Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem.
Good evening, everyone. I do want to start also with just echoing what's been said already. Congratulate everyone involved in the planning and execution of the Veterans Parade. I heard from other electeds also that we're going to come to Greenfield for our event to come and support what was happening here. So that was nice. A lot of the electeds that are on MST said they were going to spend their day coming out here to support our city. So congratulations on that being a very well executed event. I also wanted to touch on the storm preparedness stuff because our weather has been a little bad, but it's only going to get rainier. So as most of you know, there are a lot of resources through the county to get storm preparedness, like sandbags, things like that, depending on where you live, if that's an issue that you get flooding, but also just things like having batteries ready, candles, even things for power outages, having backup phone banks or portable batteries, things like that, so that you are prepared should our electricity go out, because there's already been some electrical outages in different areas of our county. So and for all the vendors that came, somebody mentioned that we weren't all present. I was one of the council members that was absent when the vendors came, and I do just want to share with everybody that when I've been absent, I always watch the meeting that I miss. If I don't watch it live, I watch it after, but I do always still watch the meeting to make sure that I still know what happened. I still know what the public comments were, what the items were, and what the discussions were when I was gone. So please know that I am aware of the comments and concerns that were raised, even when I wasn't here. And like everyone else, I think we all feel the same way. I'd be happy to meet with those of you that expressed a desire to talk more privately about issues. I absolutely understand that. There are rules to how many of us could actually meet with you at one time, so that gets tricky if it's not, wanting to have this discussion publicly. But know that I am happy to meet with any of you My information is on the website, but you also can stop in with our city clerk or anybody to get my email so we can set something up. But I understand wanting to have a conversation, maybe not on this public of a forum. So please just get in contact with me and we can go from there. And then lastly, I just want to wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving. And I look forward to seeing the community come together for this hopefully annual event that will be taking place. That's all I have.
Very good. Thank you very much. All right. I have a few things. I want to say thank you to Jose Sanchez for spearheading the Halloween home decorating and skull contest. I think it's a great way to build community spirit and have a lot of fun. Congratulations to all the winners. And just want to point out that the Christmas home decorating contest is coming up. More details follow. Kind of keep an eye on on the websites. So, has already been said, thank you to the American Legion, Post 635, and their commander Marcel Martins for hosting the Veterans Day Parade in Greenfield on the 12th of November. Also, thanks to Carlos Venegas and Nicole Petrocelli for organizing the event. I think all the veterans who participated were really pleased. Thank you also to the community who came out and supported the event during the parade. I want to bring it to your attention. I participated in the Oak Avenue School Career Day on November the 5th. Thank you to Principal Maris and to Counselors Zavala and Sanchez who organized the event. The students got to hear just some of the many opportunities that are available to them. If you haven't been to the senior social, take some time next month. I attended this last week. November event had over 130 in attendance. I think that's a new high. A really great opportunity for our residents to see old friends and make new ones. There's music and dancing, a photo booth, a great lunch was provided. So a big thank you to Regina Gage and the Meals on Wheels and Monterey County Food Bank, and of course our community outreach staff. Great job. Thank you very much. Also, I attended the California Transportation Funding Regional Town Hall meeting. That's a mouthful. Last week in Watsonville. It was hosted by Assemblywoman Lori Wilson, who is the Assembly Transportation Chair. Lots of important information, but the main focus of the meeting was how gas tax money, which funds our roads, the total revenues are falling as we move more and more towards zero-emission vehicles. The revenues are currently $572 billion, with an estimated $31 billion additional shortfall from declining fuel consumption. So they're going to have to find other ways to raise funds to keep our roads operational. The ideas to increase the revenue include increasing existing fuel tax, vehicle fees, shifting transportation funding to other sources, taxing alternative fuels, and imposing road charges. And the last one is perhaps a per mile charge on all vehicles regardless of the fuel source. So there's going to be a lot of discussion regarding this problem in Sacramento next year as our roads continue to get worse and state federal budgets get tighter and tighter. It'll be interesting to see how this problem gets addressed in the coming year. So be on the lookout for that one. All right, that's all I have for tonight. We'll move to consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered routine and may be approved by one action of the City Council unless a request for removal for discussion or explanation is received prior to the time Council votes on the motion to adopt. Are there any public comments on the consent calendar? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to Council for any questions or.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. All right. Item J. Presentation by Greenfield Recreation Center and Park Project Update.
Oh, how about now?
You're good.
Okay, good evening. Yeah, I do want to, I'm a little congested. I'm under the weather as well. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. Jesus Perez, Parks and Recreation Director for the city. I'm going to be providing a project update for the Recreation Center and Park Project. As you all know, the last time that I presented regarding this project, we kind of went over mainly the exterior and general overview of the project, and we'll be going over at the end a timeline as to where we're at as well, and seeing some pretty awesome interior design images as well. Okay, so a little bit of review on the design narrative of this project. So outdoor recreation, multi-use, natural, very, very much trying to gather, what is what we see here in the area. So a lot of native plants, native flowers, native trees, all the equipment that we're going to see outside of the recreation center and the park side of it is going to be all multi-use plaza, which we'll see images of later, multi-use sports field, multi-use playground, which will be all-inclusive, an all-inclusive playground structure, which I know is something that we really want to see here in Greenfield. And just making sure that, this is a park that's fully accessible, both inside and out for all of our community members. So like I mentioned, it's going to have the plaza. It's going to have the all-inclusive playground. As you can see in this aerial view, there's a sports field, which looks like it's just going to be used for soccer, but it's not. This is just to give you all an idea of how big that field is going to be. So even right now at Patriot Park, our soccer complex is not just used for soccer. Throughout the year, we have people practicing flag football there, other types of field sports. Definitely soccer is big here in the community, but this is going to be used for all different types of field sports. Botanic garden and picnic areas. As you can see, there's going to be plenty of parking available. And our big community center that we're going to go over some more of those interior amenities. And as you can see, north of the project site is an area that's designated specifically for the aquatic center, which would be a future phase. Because during all our public input meetings, we know that an aquatic center is also much desired here in our community and needed as well. Another aerial image of the site plan. I also forgot to mention, we are planning on also, while we work on getting that aquatic center and swimming pool, we are gonna plan on having a splash pad here in the new recreation center and park project. So very similar to what Soledad has. I know King City has a smaller one, but we're shooting for something. We're aiming for something that's more similar to what Soledad has, which is a very popular splash pad in their new park that they have out there. A little bit more of the exterior. As you can see, that's the front of the recreation center. There's this big sign that says Greenfield. Of course, everything that you see on here, just know, like, for example, the design of that sign, it can all be considered for different designs, different changes. It could have a different word on there. This is the the multi-sports field. More aerial views. This is how it looks from the corner of 12th and Apple. So for those of you that are online or here in attendance and want to know, this is adjacent to Arroyo Seco Academy, our elementary school here in Greenfield. So it's going to be a very good complement to that beautiful school that we already have here in the city, this recreation center and park. More of the views from the rec center. As you can see, there's even a nighttime image of what it's going to look like. There's going to be a lot of lighting. I know at other meetings, people have been concerned because, we are working in the parks and rec side on getting better lighting in our parks. This new facility would have really good lighting all around, not just next to the building, but also along the, you know what, let me go back. I'm not sure. Yeah, perfect. So I know we can't see the rest of the facility, but like for example, along the streets on this image, as you can see, there's different poles around the sidewalks. There's going to be a lot of lighting so that, if people want to walk around, it's a safety thing. That was a big thing from the public input that we had when we were applying for grants and working on getting funding for this rec center is people want their parks to be safe. People want to have enough lighting, and people don't want to be scared to, just go for a little jog at the early in the AM and later in the evening, right? So lighting is definitely going to be something that we'll see as well as security cameras and things like that. That'll be all around the perimeter of the park. Now the interior design updates, we're going to have some images, but just to go over things that you'll be able to find inside of this new recreation center will be the gymnasium, the basketball gymnasium. There's going to be a multi-use lobby area, which we'll see images of all of these different amenities, a kitchen/concession area, a pantry area. There's going to be locker rooms for men and women, a weight room, and there's going to be restrooms inside and outside of the facility as well, and admin offices, for staff that's going to be managing and supervising the facility, as well as enough storage and utility rooms. So this is the really awesome part. Like I mentioned the last time that I was up here, we didn't get a chance to fully see what the interior would look like. The multi-use lobby areas, what you'll see here at the top left, and in the bottom left. This gives us this helps us use the space for definitely what we want to do, multi-use. So people can walk in, get access to the internet, access to computers. What other sites do is you could sign out laptops. You could even hold small classes in multi-use lobbies throughout the day or on weekends. Our multi-use fitness room is going to be able to have Zumba, ballet, folklorico, yoga, and even be used. That space could even be used for meetings and smaller community meetings that we might want to have. We have the gym here, and we have the weight room. And I'm gonna stop talking because we're gonna see a lot of this a little more close up.
Okay.
You should set a timer on me too. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this gives us a good perspective of how the multi-use lobby is right next to our multi-use fitness room. I know the title just says multi-use lobby, but you can see there through the glass windows there. There's some mats there. Some people are getting ready to do some stretches, some yoga. So everything is going to be right there. You walk in and you're going to be able to see everyone doing something. Now, for the sake of privacy and some of these windows are going to be kind of not necessarily tinted, but they're going to have like this fading glass design. So, if we have some people that are not too comfortable with exercising and they're like, oh, look, some people are just watching me, there's going to be privacy as well. This is just to give perspective of what's going to be happening in each room. So again, this is the multi-use lobby. I'd like to compare the vision on this. The closest place that I can think of is Hartnell. Their student center and lobby is very awesome. There's a kitchen area there. There's a lot going on there. There's some private pods where they can study. So we are aiming for that here with this design, with this multi-use lobby. And you can see here is people, studying, or people just socializing. This gives you an idea of the multi-use room, which is the multi-use fitness room. Again, there's going to be windows. You're going to be able to see outside. Again, it's going to be privacy. That's going to be big mirrors that are going to be right in the front. You can see there's like a little door, and it's reflecting actually in the back. There's going to be this monitor because this is going to be a multi-purpose room. So this room can also be used for smaller community meetings or gatherings that people might want to host, community members, agencies, or us, the city. So not limiting ourselves to just one activity in a lot of these rooms is a big thing for us. And behind that, those mirrors, that door is going to be the storage room. So that's where a lot of chairs, tables, mats, fitness equipment is going to be stored. The gymnasium, as you can see here, is going to be a full-size gymnasium. It's going to have enough to accommodate, small tournaments or even big tournaments. We got our vision on this comparing it to the high schools, which is a really great gymnasium. We currently host our youth basketball league there, and that design works perfectly for what we do because it's different age groups, all the way up to our older youth and adults. The weight room, I know here in Greenfield, there's a lot of people that have been waiting for a gymnasium, an actual gym, a fitness gym. I know there's businesses are going to come looking for us soon, and even if there's Planet Fitness here or something else, this is another alternative that we'll be able to offer the community once we get this rec center built. And I think this quote that's on there is pretty inspirational. We'll be sure to put a lot of that in the weight room so people can get pumped up. I'll be there almost every day, I promise. Yeah, so I do want to talk about the timeline. Is everyone okay? I know no one's asked any questions as of yet, but before I go through the timeline, is there any questions from council that you all might want me to answer? If not, I could go through the timeline and then we can.
Something good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
One quick question.
Yes.
How many people will be on staff?
On site? Yeah, so on site for a facility of this size, I don't want to get the number wrong, but I've been talking to our architects about it, but we're going to have at least 6 people there on site at all times. And that is part-timers and full-timers that'll be there at the facility. Very similar to what other cities do in their rec centers of a facility of this size, of this square footage. So there's always going to be a lot of staff at the facility.
You're putting lighting because I come back and forth late at night and there's a lot of people walking down 12, like to come this way.
Yeah.
I can't see them at night. So it'll be nice to have an area where they can actually do walking at night.
Yeah, I feel like this area is this facility and park is gonna be kind of that that like bright thing that you'll be like, I could see it from like a mile away. And it's like that's where we're going. We're going to the new recreation center and park. Of course, as a city, our goal is to eventually have all our streets and parks with excellent lighting, but this is definitely gonna be like kind of that one of those starts, as well as other projects. But this being a rec center and park is like, who doesn't want to be at our new park and rec center? It's going to be pretty awesome how it's just so lit up right at night.
I do have a thought.
Yes.
And I don't know who it falls on, but the parking. I mean, that looked like, ooh, now I have a place to park. I know sometimes I go to Patriot Park for various activities and there's no place to park even along the street. And the little parking lot over where the baseball fields get full. That place looks really tempting, especially the covered ones, the street. I mean, I hope there's a way that we can monitor that the parking is available for the recreation center. And not so much for residential parking. I don't know who that falls on. Who's responsible for that?
I guess what's, at least from some of the rec centers or rec facilities that I've visited, they usually have signage before you enter their parking lots where it does state, this is recreation and parking only. And I would say that then it just becomes something that needs to be enforced. Like if there is people that are, if community members see someone who's parking there and they're doing like an oil change or they're washing their car, then I would say it's just about calling, our code enforcement officers or something to help us out. So that's something that they'll help us enforce those rules.
So
but signage helps.
There should be no overnight parking there.
No, I would say no. That's something that, especially with the facility being closed after hours, you shouldn't really see anyone parked there. And I know currently our parks are closed. They're from dusk till dawn. So, yeah.
I could speak to that a little bit, just being close to Patriot Park and being one of our bigger parks. During the day, yes, there's like no parking. And there's sometimes, the streets are even full and people start parking in the neighborhood and walking over. But at night, especially right now with the time change, like when I'm getting into town after work, there really aren't cars at the park anymore once it's dark. So hopefully that wouldn't be like a big concern. But that also probably means that our PD is making sure that there aren't cars where they shouldn't be. So
Yeah. And did you all see my mouse? Yeah. I'm just moving it a little too fast. So this is the street parking. I feel like this is a little more difficult to enforce just because, everyone has the right to park on the street. I think it's that parking that'll be in the inside is what can be, we don't want,
Get more control there.
yeah, it'll be more controlled. But that's the good thing is there's going to be a lot of parking around this park. And, hopefully it's not as congested as Patriot Park. But yeah, yeah.
I think you guys do have the parking, the signs in the parks, because one that I live by, there is street parking, and you could see where the homes are using it for that. But it does have a sign.
Oh,
saying
okay.
you can't park.
Yeah, and I think that for a lot of those things, it's just our community members, making that call. Like if they know that someone's there and they're not to do, parks and rec related activities, they shouldn't be there. And the non-emergency number is always a good number to call. If like I said, you see someone there, I'm using these examples because I've seen them. I've seen people that are like trying to do an oil change. I'm like, what are you doing? Or they're like just I don't know. But yeah, when there's someone that's not supposed to be there. And
Yeah, go to AutoZone.
go to AutoZone, park at their parking lot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So we can take a look at our current project timeline. So a big step that we took, acquiring the property, the entitlement's complete. We received an $8.5 million grant from California State Parks. The schematic design started right after. It was completed. We have the standard cost estimates that were completed earlier this year in February. We submitted a grant for a Land and Water Conservation Fund for $6 million, which I do want to let you all know that, we're in the running for that. We received a site visit, which is a really good sign because that means that they really want to, see where this potential project would be developed. And it's a way for them to talk to us directly, face to face, and say, tell me about this. Tell me why you want this. I was there with our city engineer, Doug Pike, and John, our lead architect on this project. And I let them know why this community needs this project, what our vision for this is, why our youth, adults, and seniors are going to benefit from this, full circle, activities, rec activities, programming, social services, community services. This is, if we can receive this grant and other grants, there's going to be a lot of good that's going to come to our community because of this, and it'll have a lot of impact on on everyone, all our demographics and groups here. So that's been submitted, and we are looking out for other funding sources. There's going to be around 5 of the state parks program that's already been announced, and I will be seeing if we can request more funds or we could reapply, because we're not the only city that's facing challenges with funding. A lot of other people that received the 8.5 like we did, they're still looking for additional funding too. So we're doing what we can, and the goal is to have that recreation center that, you know, I've been showing all these wonderful images of. We're working on submitting permits for the construction, and construction should begin if all goes the way we want it, and it should, because as you all know, there is a deadlines for a lot of the funding. We should be starting early 2027.
And how much of the funding do we need if
If we receive the 6 million,
or
not
what do
without-
we need? What do we need to build this?
what's the total cost? It's $22 million. So it's an expensive project, but we have the 8.5, and we'll hopefully have 6, and then we'll hopefully be getting more funding from either grants or, you know, city manager Wood and us can think about what we're gonna do, right? How do we finance this thing?
First of
But
all-
You're wrapping this up.
I'm like tossing Paul a hot potato, just talking about finances, huh? No, we're doing what we want to develop this project. So we're all gonna do what we have to do. And grants are a big part of this, and we are, you know, a community that, you know, we qualify for those grants and we need the support. So we're gonna keep asking the state and other agencies to help fund this. And that concludes my update, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions from council?
I don't have questions, but I do have a comment, or like a comment. Thank you so much for everything you do. I know this is a huge project, and you guys are trying to find the money. So thank you so much to both you and City Manager Wood.
Thank you.
And when is our hope to get the construction started?
January 2027.
2027. Okay.
Yeah. So close to a year from now.
Okay.
A little over a year from now.
Let's do it.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's find the money.
Yeah, that's
What's the deadline on that 8.5 though?
that is the summer of 2028. So June 30th, 2028.
So if it goes according to plan, it would be like a year and a half after it starts.
Yes. Which I believe the construction timeline is about a year to build the rec center and develop the park. There's something else I was going to say. Maybe I'll remember right now. Any other questions?
From the public?
Bob, go ahead.
Yes.
First of all, the lady back here, she was questioning about a dog park. Are you going to invest in that too?
Yeah. So regarding the dog park, one of the things that I mentioned to her was that we currently also have another state grant that we received that's going to help develop a dog park here in Greenfield, and the location of that dog park in the plans that we submitted is Patriot Park. Okay. And that project in particular is also gonna, you know, we're trying to get that developed really soon. We have a lot of different projects, but there is funding set aside for it, and that is something that we're on the final stages of planning for. And we are gonna get a dog park here too, and you know, we know it's much needed because she did mention, you know, she goes to Patriot, and it's kind of hard getting your pets into an enclosed area where they can roam and yeah. So we are working on a dog park project as well.
Okay, how about handicap parking?
Yeah, so every facility and park that's developed, you know, now through the ADA and all-inclusive designs is all implemented in this new park project for the rec center.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot of handicap parking, and it's going to be fully accessible.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate the information.
Alrighty.
Appreciate the update.
I think there's someone with their hand up online. Sorry.
Oh, we do have one more call.
Yes, oh, yes.
Go ahead.
Wow. All I can say, wow, that looks awesome. Thank you, Jesus, for your presentation. 22 million seems like a lot of money, but Greenfield deserves it. Um, I know that you said they probably start like at January 2027. What's the completion date? I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'm already 70 something years old, so I hope I'm still alive at least to be in a wheelchair. Thank you.
No, it's you'll be here, B. Yeah. So the completion would be before the grant performance deadline, which is June 2028. So we'll build this park before. Yes. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll be back.
All right, we'll move to item K1. This is a introduction and first reading of an ordinance of the City Council, City of Greenfield, amending Chapter 13.32 of the Greenfield Municipal Code. Staff report, please.
Mayor White and City Council, this is a very minor amendment to the city's municipal code, Chapter 13.32, which relates to sewer rates. And really what it does is makes those minor amendments to ensure that it's compliant with the new sewer rates when they're adopted. So we've removed any references in the ordinance to specific dollar amounts and said instead that in the future, these sewer rates will be adopted by resolution. So we won't have to continue to update the ordinance every time that sewer rates are adopted.
So it's language rather than.
Yeah, there's no substantial change. Substantive change.
I will go ahead and open the public hearing on K1. Wish to speak on this item? B, is that a new hand or is that an old one?
It's a comment on the K1, is that right?
Go ahead. Yes, go right ahead.
Okay. I just have some questions regarding this matter. I have an appointment with you, Mr. Wood, pretty soon here on Thursday. I hope that I can clarify some of my questions to better understand what is really behind all, this. And, my question is, why not a bond? I'm curious of why not go through a bond instead of a sewer rate for the sewer rate just on homeowners. This way everyone pays. Let's not take the easy way. Elections are coming up in June. I think we have enough time. I think so. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your comments. Any other comments on the public hearing on K1? Seeing none, I'll bring it back. I'll close the public hearing and bring it back to City Council for comments, review, and action.
No comment there.
Okay. Again, this is just language for the ordinance. It's not to do anything with the rates.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify, it's not changing a rate for everybody watching and listening. But the strikeout of shall be $700 on page 77, changing that to basically be able to give permission that it'll be changed by a resolution that's passed by City Council, as opposed to it just being a set
amount.
Yeah.
Right.
I would, oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Call for a motion.
I move to adopt.
Need a second.
That.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. We'll move to item L1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Greenfield appointing members to the Greenfield Parks and Recreation Committee. Staff report, please. Okay.
I just want to make sure that everything's working properly. Just kidding. Okay, so Jesus Perez, Parks and Recreation Director, here again. So today I am hoping that we can approve the appointment of a couple of members that would fill our 3 vacancies that we currently have. We actually got a third applicant. I know that in the staff report you all received, there was 2 applicants, but we do have 3. We do have 3. Someone applied right after the agenda was sent out. I forgot to omit some of these things on their application, but we will get you that third application. Her name is Karina Hernandez. But I'm going to give a little bit of background first. So over the past couple of months, our department, the Recreation Department, has struggled to fill 3 vacancies in our Parks and Recreation Committee. With the appointment now of 3 applicants at today's meeting, we will have more than just a quorum. We will have a full committee, and we would be able to hold monthly meetings. And we look forward to just submitting more recommendations as we have in the past, and continue to enhance all the parks and recreation opportunities for our residents here in Greenfield. One of our applicants is, as I mentioned, Karina Hernandez. She applied right after we sent the agenda. So Karina is a Greenfield resident. She's a mother, full-time mom right now. She volunteers a lot at her daughter's school, which is Oak Avenue, from what she told me. She definitely wants to participate in this committee so she can voice out, her passion and love for all things parks and recreation and improvements that she'd like to see, and not just our smaller parks, but overall, our bigger parks, our sport complexes. And she would love if council can, give her the opportunity to serve in this committee. Our other applicants is, again, Dr. Lourdes Villarreal. She had to resign for a personal matter, and she's looking to get reassigned. And, great committee member to work with. She has extensive experience in public service, including serving on the South Monterey County Union High School Board, as well as she's a former teacher at Vista Verde Middle School. Our other applicant, our third applicant, is Ms. Cynthia Merino. Ms. Merino, on the other hand, is a high school graduate. She just graduated, and she's a full-time student now, and wants to get more involved, participating here in this committee through the Parks and Rec Committee. I believe that all 3 of the applicants are going to do a great job working with me. And, we just can't wait to start having meetings again and potentially coming up here with recommendations for City Council on how we can make our parks better. So staff recommends the City Council approves resolution number 2025-94, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Greenfield appointing members to the Greenfield Parks and Recreation Committee. As I mentioned, I would be wonderful if you consider also appointing this third applicant, Ms. Karina Hernandez.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Do we have any public comments on this? If not, I'll bring it back to council.
My
Questions?
question is more like for legal. Are we able to even consider that third applicant since they weren't on, their name isn't on the resolution, or would we be unable to do that tonight?
So the agenda language is broad enough where you could appoint, it just says appoint members to the Greenfield Parks and Recreation Commission in the agenda language itself. My question rather is whether there was an application deadline and whether that third application met the deadline.
So the applications, the post, or what we've been telling community members has been, it closes once filled, until filled. And if council appoints these 3 applicants, then it's officially filled.
Gotcha. Then with that in mind, if there was no deadline that was missed, I think that it's okay to appoint all 3.
So if we move to adopt this, though, do we have to say with the amending the resolution to add the third candidate? Because as written, it has 2 only.
Yes.
Okay. My only other question is how many people total are on this committee?
Currently, we only have 2 committee members, and to fill up all vacancies, we need 3 more, which would put us at 5. So we only have 2 right now. And this would fill all our vacancies.
How long have you had all the vacancies here?
How long have we had all the
when's the
vacancies?
last time you had a meeting, basically?
Okay, the last time we had a meeting, I believe was, see, oh man, this is a good question. It's been a long time. I think it's been almost a year that we've had a meeting.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough. Yeah.
All right. I'll entertain a motion on this.
So I would move to approve Resolution 2025-94, amending it to add the third candidate and approve all three candidates.
I need a second.
I second that.
Been moved in second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed. Motion passes. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, L2, a resolution of the City Council, City of Greenfield to extend the agreement with Fluid Resource Management for contract interim chief plant operator, interim operator of record, and consulting services for the City of Greenfield for a period of 1 year through November 13th of 2026. Staff report, please.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Jamie Tugel, the Public Works Director, remote this evening. My apologies for not being in person. On November 13th, 2024, the City of Greenfield entered into a new agreement with Fluid Resource Management for contract interim chief plant operator, interim operator of record, and consulting services for the city. Previous to the 2024 contract, FRM had been the city's water and wastewater operator of record since the beginning of 2022, spanning multiple contracts. As the city has recently onboarded a new utilities division manager, there continues to be a need for these services until the new division manager is able to take over as the certified plant operator of the wastewater treatment plant in the beginning of 2026. There is also a continued need for FRM services as the interim operator of record for water distribution, which is anticipated to be at minimum through mid-year 2026. FRM's duties include reviewing previous operation record readings, meeting with staff to discuss the reporting portal, previous lab tests, and adjust operations of the facility if and when necessary to ensure continued efficient operations. FRM's compliance department will continue to prepare the required reports for the wastewater and water system, and once approved, submit them to the appropriate regulatory agency. As far as budget and financial impact goes, the funding will be through existing wastewater and water division budgets and is invoiced as time and material. And staff is recommending the City Council to adopt the proposed resolution to extend the agreement with Fluid Resource Management for a period of 1 year. I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
All right, thank you. Any public comments on L2? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to council. Questions, comments?
Just the budget, it's covered. It's not adding to our budget.
That is correct. It is in our current budget.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have a motion to adopt. I need a second.
Second.
Been moved in second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
L3, a resolution of the City Council, City of Greenfield accepting the Office of Traffic Safety Grant Funds in the amount of $65,000 and approve a $65,000 budget appropriation for the grant. Staff report, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sergeant Gutierrez with the Greenfield Police Department, and I'm here to inform all of you about the awarded grant that we received through the Office of Traffic Safety in the amount of $65,000. This Office of Traffic Safety grant was awarded. This is the third year that we've been in partnership with the OTS with it, so we're very excited for this. As part of this grant, which is called the Selective Traffic Enforcement Program, it will support our ongoing enforcement and education programs to help reduce the number of persons injured or killed in traffic collisions as a result of drunk driving and other primary collision factors. This grant will also provide the police department with targeted enforcement for impaired driving meaning drug or alcohol driving, as well as provide much needed training to our officers. Some of the focus areas for this traffic grant will be to conduct DUI and driver's license checkpoints. High visibility enforcement operations targeting distracted drivers, both during the day and at nighttime. Enforcement operations focused on the most dangerous driving behaviors that put the safety of our pedestrians at risk. Enforcement operations will also focus on top violations that cause crashes, such as speeding, failure to yield, running stop signs, and improper lane changes. This grant also includes collaborative enforcement efforts with our neighboring agencies. To expand a little bit on the collaborative enforcement, we do receive during these grant periods invitations to assist other agencies like Soledad when they conduct their DUI, DL checkpoint, driver's license checkpoints. This last year, we were invited by the city of Monterey to assist with their traffic enforcement during Car Week, which was proven to be very successful, and we've been invited back for this coming year as well. Another example is we recently received an invitation from the Salinas Police Department to assist them with their DUI driver's license checkpoint. So this grant offers an opportunity for our officers to assist and collaborate and build partnerships with other agencies with regards to traffic enforcement, and the grant covers for that cost. Some of the other things we do is, like I said, it provides training and certification. Some of the training and certification are the standard field sobriety tests that you will commonly see officers conduct when they're doing a driving under the influence of alcohol or drug investigation. They also pay for the advanced roadside impaired driving training, as well as drug recognition expert. As we all are aware, with the legalization of cannabis, we've seen an increase of drivers driving under the influence of cannabis, and these trainings specifically assist officers to receive that training so that they can identify those type of driving behaviors. As well, this grant also helps with purchasing of equipment. For this current budget, for this current grant, we've been awarded a budget amount to purchase solar speed radar signs. You commonly see those in some of the school zones. So that will continue our efforts in our mission to address speed calming issues, or speed issues, I would say, in our community. This Office of Traffic Safety Selective Enforcement Grant Program was not included in the adopted fiscal year for 2025-2026 operating budget. So this budget appropriation of $65,000 would greatly be appreciated. Any questions or comments?
Let me go out to public comments first, and then we'll take. Is there any public comments on L3? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to council.
So the money is used mostly to pay staff?
Correct. So some of the $65,000 goes to officer salary to pay for the officers to work these different operations. And then some of the budgeted amount, or some of the grant amount, will also go for purchase of equipment to send officers to training and to purchase supplies if we do presentations. One of the things I failed to mention is we also have a partnership with the Monterey County Health Department, and we partner with them throughout the year during this grant period, where they come and provide pedestrian and bicycle safety, as well as at the schools at different sites in the city. And they also help with the purchasing and sizing of helmets for those people who and children who ride bikes.
I saw that one of the things that is on that list, it says 2 solar vehicle speed feedback signs. And you guys would probably place those where you see the most offenses in town.
Correct. So with previous grants, we've been able to purchase those speed radar signs that you'll see pop up in different parts of the city. So based on the data received from those speed detection radar signs, we'll be able to identify areas within the city where these solar speed panels will be of the best benefit for the city. And in coming years, as long as we continue to apply for this grant and continue to receive an award from this grant, we'll continue to purchase those until we believe that our calming efforts, our mission to address these speed issues and with our focus on speed calming will be addressed.
Any other questions? Just something I've noticed recently, I know this is not exactly on here, but I see a lot of the electric scooters and bikes and stuff all over town. Is there any effort to kind of make these people aware that they're great to ride, but you need to use them safely? I mean,
Correct. So with specific targeted operations that are conducted with these with this grant, we have, like I said, we have traffic enforcement operations, distracted driving operations, driving under the influence, saturation controls. So not only our goal is not to just conduct traffic stops and cite everybody, and that's not what we do. What this grant does is we also educate people when we stop them, so they get educated on the law. More often than not, they are provided a warning. So the goal is not to write tickets and cite everybody. The goal is to educate people on the law and provide them with the information so that they drive safely, ride a bike safely, and walk safely within our city.
great. All right. Any other questions, comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion on item L3.
Move to adopt.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Been motioned and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, we'll move to L4. This is also you. Resolution of City Council, City of Greenfield accepting the Office of Traffic Safety Grant in the amount of $42,000 and approve the $42,000 budget appropriation for the grant. Staff report, please.
Yes, good evening. Yes, the Office of Traffic Safety this year has awarded the Greenfield Police Department $42,000 for the purchase of records management system and an e-citation system. With technology and things of that nature constantly evolving, one of the things that the Greenfield Police Department still do as much as well as other agencies is we still handwrite tickets. So this grant will allow us to purchase the e-citation system, so our officers will be able to write their citations on a pad, on like an iPad or a tablet, or on their department issued cell phone, and they'll be able to print the ticket. It includes printers as well. So that's what this grant is for. I'll read it from here. So the Traffic Records Improvement Project Act, which state and local agencies need timely, accurate, complete, uniform, integrated, and accessible traffic records to identify and prioritize safety issues, to choose appropriate safety countermeasures and evaluate their effectiveness. The funding will be used for the following expenses: determine specific system traffic records, for example, crash or citation, data system requirements, determine specific equipment requirements, request vendor price quotations for hosts for agency requirements, which we've already received a quote from a vendor that we will be going through if we receive this grant appropriation. And it also helps with the collection of data and reporting with the California Highway Patrol. That is one of the requirements when we conduct traffic collisions and we do sites. We report those to California Highway Patrol, so it'll communicate seamlessly. This also includes the training, the system licensing, and the installation of this new software. As mentioned, the ability to electronically transfer and maintain the agency citation data, and the ability to analyze the agency citation reports, the secure database accessibility by appropriate agency personnel. Any questions?
Let me go to public comments first, then we'll get questions. Any public comments on item L4? All right, come back to council. Questions, comments?
I just think it's time that we start doing citations, and warnings only work for so long, and I think Greenfield needs to have that reputation that we will cite, we will tow. Otherwise, it just seems like comments that I get from people that I've asked to move. It's like, what are you going to do about it? Yeah. So I'm all for citations.
The computers, the handheld things. So does the individual still get some kind of a notification, kind of a paper notification, or is it all online?
Correct. So yes, they would get a printed copy. So along with the system includes not only the tablet, which will be able to, officers will be able to complete the citation, but then it includes a printer that will be able to print the citation. So not only, one of the things that I did not mention is this will also be a cost saving for our department's budget, because we no longer would have to purchase the actual physical ticket book, and it would all be electronically done. So we would remove from that expense of actually purchasing these citations. It would also increase timeliness of the officers being able to complete these citations, and it'll reduce the amount of errors as well.
Thank you.
Great. Very good. I'll entertain a motion on L4.
Move to adopt.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second that.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. L5, a resolution, City Council, City of Greenfield accepting the 2024 pavement maintenance project improvements completed by VSS International Incorporated. Staff report, please.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. On November 12th, 2024, the City Council approved a resolution awarding a public works construction contract in the amount of $738,000 to VSS International Incorporated to construct the Greenfield 2024 pavement maintenance project at various locations in the city. The project included the following work: removal of existing striping, legends, and pavement markers, grinding of asphalt pavement edge and a 2-inch grind and overlay, protection of existing manhole covers, inlet covers, monument covers, valve box covers, and utility covers, application of a rejuvenating fog seal, application of rubberized asphalt chip seal, application of type 2 slurry seal, crack seal, traffic control including delivery of notices, and replacement of traffic striping, legends, and pavement markers. The final budget accounting is actually nice because we had a cost savings. We had in original budget of $738,000 for the contract, and of all the change orders that occurred, we did have a lot of savings as well, and so we actually had a just over $2,000 credit. So the final contract amount was $735,000. Sorry, let me start over. $735,876,000.40. We did have 3 change orders that resulted in a net decrease in the cost. Construction management was performed by M&S Engineers, our city engineer, for the approximate total of just over $40,000. And that represents approximately 6% of the total construction contract amount. The contractor, as a provision of his contract with the city, warrants that a guarantee for repairs shall remain in effect for 1 year from the time of acceptance. The city engineer has inspected all improvements and is satisfied that they have been completed in a professional manner and recommends the city accept the improvements, release the construction bonds as appropriate, and authorize release of progress payment retention and payment of final invoice. And when we take a look at the original budget, we actually had total budget with construction management, inspection, and a contingency of $900,300, and our actual cost total was $776,210.31. So the total project was $124,000 under the approved budget. So we had a really good contractor and some really good plans, and this is a way a project is run well, when you can come in at a net budget decrease. So staff has reviewed, and the Public Works Director recommends the city accept the project and go into the 1-year warranty period.
All right. Do we have any public comments on item L5? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to council. Questions, comments?
None. Could we get like a list of what streets are covered under that 1-year warranty? And not just for us, but like a public list. That way, if there are issues that come up within that year, we can make sure that they are addressed under warranty.
Yeah, it's probably still on the website, the streets that were completed during this project. But what we do, Councilmember Rodriguez, is about 10 months after the acceptance, we actually go out and physically inspect the areas again to see if there are any deficiencies. And if so, that's when we contact the contractor to do their due diligence in doing any repairs.
Yeah.
So if we see anything in the meantime, we can reach out to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just because most of the time people won't go digging back through our old agendas to see what streets and all that, so.
Yeah, and we do, like I said, we do go out and do a reinspection of the project, but about 10 months to 11 months.
Okay.
So we can ensure that if anything needs to be rectified, that is within those statutes, that they will take care of it.
Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you, Jamie.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Any other questions or comments? We'll entertain a motion on L5.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. I need a second.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Brief reports on conferences, seminars, and meetings attended by mayor and city council. League of California Cities.
I think I am the only one who went last time. But if I can request to do my report next time because I didn't bring my actual report this time. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. All right. Transportation Agency for Monterey County.
We have a meeting, because of Thanksgiving. We have our meetings next month, beginning of the month.
Okay. Association of Monterey Bay Area Governments, that one's mine. I was unable to attend the last meeting, but the agenda asked for approval for Human Services Transportation Plan. The plan had to be has been out for review since August 4th. The plan has to be approved to receive federal funding for transportation for seniors and persons with disabilities. Also approved or on the agenda was an approval of release to the public for public review, the 2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan. That's one I've brought several times. It's a regional blueprint for transportation projects through 2050. This will be coming back to us next year. So, all right, Salinas Valley Solid Waste Authority.
I'll take that. I attended as the alternate, and currently we are in process of interviewing for a new general manager and chief executive office. Currently we have Patrick Matthews, who will be retiring effective December 19, 2025. And Mr. Matthews' distinguished career spans over 42 years in the local government, including 17 years to the residents of the Salinas Valley. He joined the authority in June 2008, and he's been very instrumental in leading our agency through a period of significant transformation and physical stability. There is so much to say about what he did when he first came into the status of where the authority is now. We were it was pretty bad shape when he came in, and now we are one of the top examples of how to run our agency. And so we're very sad to see him go. So I've been part of the panel interviewing for the new general manager's position, and it's been an eye-opener to see all the technology that is required to do this job. You can't just have graduated from college 20 years ago and keep going. It's like a constant renewing what's up and what's coming in, and the new legislature, and a specific concept or challenge that Patrick Matthews has been really good at helping us is when the government says, you must do this, we call that a mandate, but there's no money. And it's funny how every candidate laughed when we asked about their experience with mandates, because they will get done, they will be accomplished, but without money. And Mr. Matthews has been fantastic to do that. So we have met already on November 14th, we're down to 7 candidates, and we have the second round of interviews on December 18th, right before he retires. So we will be having someone new, and our hope is going to be someone who can carry on that legacy.
Great.
And that's all.
All right. Thank you for your report. Monterey Salinas Transit.
We met November 10th, and the notable or the highlights of our meeting were that we adopted our strategic plan for fiscal years 26 through 30. And we also received a draft of a transit first policy. MST would like to share out with the cities. One of the main talking points about this draft was that their staff was sharing with us that they're having, there's like a breakdown in communication between their staff and then the different cities. And what's happening is things like roads that are too narrow for their buses to travel on are getting built. And by the time that they hear of this, it's too late. It's, as we know or are learning, in my case, it takes, 5 years. 5 years of work goes into trying to get a road built. And at that point, then it's like we can't, so much has gone into it. It's gone through so many approvals that stopping or changing it is a problem. So there was a lot of discussion about how to ensure that our local public works and planning teams are talking with MST and making sure that we're building infrastructure that supports public transit, basically, because we do want to see more people taking public transit. And so that was really the highlight of that conversation. And a lot of us, we weren't even aware of that, there's streets that are being built that then the buses are having to reroute or then cannot use that. Say there's an accident and a bus needs to detour. It limits their ability to even detour or handle those emergency situations. So that's a bigger conversation that then as we got into it, we figured out, okay, we do need to make sure that our cities get more education on this, like even us as council members, because we were all sitting there pretty surprised about what was coming up. So we would like to invite, the idea was that we should invite MST staff to present to each of our councils about these different topics. Just be aware, because just raising the awareness is a good start, but we'll circle back to an official policy like by June of 26. We gave ourselves a deadline of going back to that. We approved the sale of excess property, and our next board meeting is going to be December 8th, and that was it. That was the highlights for MST.
All right, thank you. South Salinas Valley Broadband Authority.
We haven't had a meeting.
Monterey County Mayors Association. We met November 7th in Marina. We had a roundtable discussion regarding the Mayors Association writing a letter of support to the State Water Board, asking them to modify the cease and desist order and lift the moratorium on new connections and allow the setting of new water meters on the Monterey Peninsula. I guess this has been a sticking issue. We did agree, and a letter has been sent to the State Water Board. Salinas Valley Mayors and Managers, we're meeting next Monday in Salinas. And Planning Commission.
Not sure. It's probably no new business.
Right. Very good. City Attorney report.
I have nothing to report this meeting, but I will at the December meeting bring some information about new bills that have passed that will directly impact either the way that city council meetings are run or will impact the types of training that city council members are required to
Never stops.
Yay.
All right, city manager report.
Nothing to report.
All right.
Just like real quick.
Sure.
Before we go, I do just want to share a way to get in contact with me. If email doesn't work best for you and you would like to contact me to talk about anything, this is the public number that I share out with the community. It's 831-288-2126. Para las personas que están aquí que solamente hablan español, quiero compartir un número de teléfono donde se pueden comunicar conmigo. El número es 831-288-2126. Y me quedan unos minutos si quieren venir también a preguntarme o a apuntar el número, pero quería compartir eso. So I will stay a few minutes if you want to come up and write that down. But I just wanted to share that before we close.
Very good. And thank you all very much for coming tonight. Appreciate your attendance and participation. Meeting is adjourned.